Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 live on Channels Television Lagos. A quick reminder of our top stories now. Bring Back Our Girls group marks 2,000 days of Chibok schoolgirls abduction. Restates call for the rescue of the remaining 112 girls and others still in Boko Haram captivity, including Deputy schoolgirl Leah Sharibu. Nigerian Air Force continues onslaught against Boko Haram insurgents in the northeast, destroys hideout of members affiliated to ISWAP in Borno State. Federal government unveils plan to attract teachers to rural communities across the country as Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki gets Best Education-Friendly Governor Award by the Nigerian Union of Teachers. And death toll in the anti-government protests that swept through Iraq in the past 5 days soars to over 70. For more information on our top stories and others, please visit our website at channelstv.com. youtube.com/channelsweb has videos of our shows. The Nigerian Air Force says its onslaught against remnants of the Islamic State of West Africa province, ISWAP, and Boko Haram in the northeast of Nigeria has again yielded significant results, with the destruction of another hideout and neutralization of several fighters in Kirta, Wulgo, an area on the fringes of the Lake Chad in Borno State. According to the spokesperson of the Nigerian Air Force, Commodore Ibukule Daramola, the strike was conducted by the Air Task Force of Operation Lavia Dole on Friday after persistent intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance missions revealed that the settlement was being used to launch attacks against troops. He says that many ISWAP fighters were seen attempting to flee on sighting the attack platforms, but the aircraft took turns in engaging the location, scoring accurate hits, which led to the destruction of some structures and neutralizing terrorists. It's World Teachers' Day, and various stakeholders in the education sector gathered at the Eagle Square in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, to celebrate the teaching profession. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki was honored at the event as the best performing governor in 2019 by the teachers. Our correspondent Terry Kumi reports.
It's a colorful ceremony to commemorate the World Teachers' Day, which holds on the 5th of October annually.
These thanks will not be enough.
The event is attended by the Governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, ministers, the Attorney General of the Federation, who is representing President Muhammadu Buhari, labor leaders, amongst others.
The NUT wishes to reiterate its concern over non-payment of 7.5% professional allowance to teachers of federal government colleges, and the call on the federal government to graciously approve payment of the said allowances.
The federal government shall collaborate with the state governments with a view to providing incentives to teachers, especially in the rural areas, with a view to encouraging young talents to the teaching profession.
The Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, is singled out by the Nigerian Union of Teachers for the award of Most Education-Friendly Governor.
For as long as the Edo people allow you to do this work the way you want it. Thank you very much.
After receiving his award, the governor speaks on how he has transformed the education sector in Edo State.
What we have done in Edo in the last 1.5 years is to first prioritize basic education and technical education. Basic education from the perspective of encouraging teachers, making sure that we're able to deploy technology to determine and tell when a teacher is in class. So I can tell from my office today when a teacher is in class. If a teacher is not in class, that means the teacher has not synced and signed into the database, into the platform. We will know.
Out of the 10.5 million out-of-school children in the country, Edo State is ranked lowest with 79,446. The governor explains how he has been able to attract the children to school.
Make sure there's something in it for them. The school feeding program is key. If the child or parents know that the children will eat nutritious meals in school, that's an incentive too. And when the children come, let them have fun. The other thing we've introduced with Edo Best is community participation. So every school has a governance arrangement, the school-based management committee, made up of parents, made up of teachers, made up of community leaders who take an interest in the schools in their community.
As the country celebrates the World Teachers' Day, this perhaps is a good time to focus on the important requirement of training and retraining teachers. Terry Ikumi, Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, teachers in other states across the country also commemorated the day's event by making fresh demands and seeking the commitment of their state governors to the development of education. They want government to pay more attention to their welfare and ensure the prompt payment of their salaries.
Teachers in Nigeria joined their colleagues across the world to commemorate this year's World Teachers' Day and celebrate excellence in the teaching profession. In the northern part of the country, members of the Nigerian Union of Teachers in Adamawa State gather at the Mahmoud Ribadu Square in Yola for the occasion. With the theme, Young Teachers, the Future of the Profession, the state chairman, Rodney Nathan, says this year's celebration will serve as another avenue to remind the government on the need to improve the welfare of teachers.
The National Assembly has endorsed, it is before the President for his consent for an increment in the years of service for teachers in all over Nigeria.
The State Deputy Governor, Mr. Crowther Seth, reiterates the government's resolve to ensure the welfare of civil servants.
In line with our campaign promises, education will receive priority attention.
In the North Central, the teachers want the state government to urgently address challenges facing the profession, with the state government promising to prioritize the welfare of teachers and ensure prompt payment of salaries and other emolument due to them.
Pupils and teachers, there is absence of relevant instructional materials to provide effective teaching and learning. Lack of motivation of teachers and other teachers-related matters need urgent intervention.
States in the southwest are not left out as the Ogun State Governor, Dakwa Abiodun, seizes the occasion to assure of better welfare and training for teachers.
I urge all our public servants to observe professional ethics and avoid any contact that is not in tandem with public service rules at all times.
Excited teachers in Ekiti State gather at the Olayemi Kayode Stadium in Ado-Ekiti, where Governor Fayemi announced the implementation of the new minimum wage of 30,000 naira from this month.
The government has concluded plans to ensure that we commence the payment of minimum wage of 30,000 naira with effect from this month.
One prominent message resonates from across the state, and it's for state government to improve workers' welfare and create a good work environment, as well as prompt payment of salaries.
And staying with the commemoration of the World Teachers' Day, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Femi Gbajabiamila, today called for an improved welfare package for Nigerian teachers. Mr. Gbajabiamila says the teachers are saddled with the tremendous task of educating future leaders and deserve the best from government at all levels, promising that the Ninth National Assembly would ensure that their welfare is taken care of through adequate legislation and relevant resolutions. He says, today I join millions of Nigerians to commemorate this great day, the World Teachers' Day. I salute the determination, diligence and dedication of the Nigerian teacher. But for the teacher, we all may not have been molded to become what we have become today. And in line with the 2019 theme, Young Teachers, the Future of the Profession, the Speaker encouraged young Nigerians to take up teaching, saying it is the only profession that can mold leaders of tomorrow in different ways. Moving on to other stories now, the fight against human trafficking in the country appears to have become compounded with the baby factory phenomenon, which is seen as a source of income to criminal gangs involved in the act. Our next report examines this challenge and the task of combating the menace in parts of the country.
The first cases of baby factory were reported in Nigeria in 2006 in Abia, Lagos, and Ebonyi states, as documented by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. From 2006 till date, there has been an increase in the practice, with more young Nigerians falling victim of the nefarious act. In 2007, 19 girls were rescued from a cartel in Rivers State, while in 2008, a network of baby factories claiming to be orphanages were uncovered in Enugu State, where 7 teenagers were rescued. In 2009, over 6 baby factories were sealed by security agents, with hundreds of pregnant young girls released in Abia State. Over 77 teenage girls were also rescued, also in Abia State. Between May and June 2011, 32 pregnant girls were rescued from an illegal facility in Abia State. The most recent is that of Lagos State, where police rescued 19 pregnant girls from a baby factory in Isheri-Olofi. Days later, 7 pregnant girls made their way out of another baby factory in the Solo area of the city.
My auntie in our Bible tell me I should go to Port Harcourt. He get one woman that can buy the baby. If I deliver the baby, she will buy it and give me money.
Analysts have identified poverty, childlessness, lack of ethical behavior on the part of medical professionals, perversion of cultural traditions, and greed, among others, as some of the root causes of baby factories in Nigeria.
This is a call for Lagosians to be on the lookout. Watch your neighborhood and see. You have a house that have more pregnant women, please pay attention to that.
The practice serves as an avenue for human trafficking, which predisposes women of childbearing age, expectant mothers, and the child to indescribable trauma, violence, and abuse. Experts say tackling the baby factory menace will involve a complex approach that includes advocacy and enacting of laws, barring the act, and harsh consequences for their perpetrators.
When the news at 10 returns, we'll have more on the baby factory scourge. We'll be joined from our Abuja studios by the Director General of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Mrs. Julie Okadonley. Plus, Central Bank formally receives documents of the 40-acre Igomu Park from the federal government for the 22 billion naira Creative Industry Initiative. Stay with us.